other news, there's a bit of a headline that got everybody's attention. Earlier this week, it came out that Nick Khan sold a bunch of stock, millions of dollars worth of stock. And it feels like Vince McMahon said, hey, hold my beer, because he sold to Endeavor 1,579,080 shares. So Vince is selling shares back to Endeavor, and he pulled in a cool $250 million this week. And Brandon Thurston says, by my count, if McMahon hasn't made any other transactions since September of 2004, he still holds 6.4 million TKO shares, which leaves him at about 3% of all of TKO rather than 4%. So listen, there's a lot of crazy news out there about Vince McMahon these days, especially with the news last week that John Laurinaitis is now going to be on the opposite side of Vince McMahon. But hey, man, just another week at the office for Vince McMahon. I'll just bring home $250 million. What do you make of this report, Eric?
Well, after taxes, it was only about 130 million. But yeah, make it sound so big. It's really not that much. That's, seed money, new business. Probably needs some financing for whatever he's got going on, and why not cash in some chips to fund your new venture?
Why not? It's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out. Of course, we talked a little bit about that new company last week here on the program. Speaking of the company, Karl Anderson has a podcast with Doc Gallows. We're a big fan of those fellows here on the program.
Great guys.
Talking Shop. They've got a big show coming up. I think it's next weekend in Dublin, Georgia. There's a who's who on there. Even Matt Hardy's on that card. And I don't know. I may ride down and check it out, Eric. But Karl had a quote that I wanted to get your opinion on, Eric. He says, it's not the WWE anymore. Guys, it's a company called TKO. I don't look at WWE as WWE anymore. They're TKO now, and that's great. That's good for them, but it's not the same thing. That's kind of hard to argue right now. It does feel and look different than the way WWE used to feel and look. Do you feel like it's different, or is that not really registered for you?
Well, it hasn't registered as much as it would Karl, because I haven't been there since the takeover. But even when I was there a couple of years ago, I think the last appearance I did there on Raw or SmackDown, whatever show it was I did, it's just the vibe is different. It was different then. I'm absolutely sure it's a lot different now. And I've talked to guys like, in my category, legends that go back and make appearances, and we all kind of say the same thing. It's always fun to go back, don't get me wrong, but you go there kind of anticipating an experience that's going to remind you of the way it used to be. Just the vibe backstage, the camaraderie and the interaction with talent and staff. It's not like that anymore. It's like working in an office, and it takes the fun out of it. You go there hoping to hang out with some old friends, and you get there and it's not what you remember. And I can only imagine that that's only been exacerbated with new ownership. So yeah, I get that. It's a machine. It's always been a machine, different kind of machine now.
Let's do another question here, or a comment rather. And this is about WrestleMania. And I guess the mayor of London has come out and said on CNBC, I'd love for WrestleMania to come to London. Triple H, if you're watching, we want WrestleMania to come to London. How cool is that when you've got the mayor of London going on national television saying, please bring your show here? This comes on the heels of them announcing that WrestleMania next year is going to be in WrestleMania. Wait, nope, never mind. New Orleans is not going to host WrestleMania next year. Maybe it's going to be Vegas. Brian Alvarez is reporting that it's almost finalized. Maybe we'll see an announcement this weekend at Money in the Bank. They're not too far from there. You and I speculated last week, hey man, it could wind up in Saudi Arabia. Do you think that London ever gets a WrestleMania? And where do you think, final answer, WrestleMania winds up next year, if you had to guess?
If I had to place money on it, I'd bet Vegas.
Yeah.
My second bet would be Saudi, because there's even more money there. And I'm still kind of intrigued as to why WWE moved the Crown, what's it called? Crown Jewel event from Saudi to Australia. That to me is the biggest indication that there might be some smoke with that fire as far as WrestleMania and Saudi. I don't think either one will happen. I would hate to have to make a bet on either London or Saudi, just because I think it would be very similar to, Major League Baseball moving the World Series to, Germany. I don't know, man. WWE is an American brand. And it's one of the reasons WWE has been so successful internationally is because, believe it or not, even though a lot of things that are born and bred in the United States aren't that popular internationally, entertainment still is. An American entertainment brand still has a lot of value internationally. And if you bring that international brand or that American brand to the international marketplace, it kind of loses its distinctly, uniquely American feel. So I don't see it. I think you really run the risk of agitating your audience, just losing the connection to your audience by making a move like that. And I just don't think it would be worth the risk long-term. But it's a publicly held company run by guys that are squeezing every nickel out of it they can. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. It's the money is what matters. And if there's enough money there, there'll be people that'll be willing to take the risk.
Don't we all love summer vacation, relaxing, laying out by the pool, barbecues, hitting the beach, doing, well, nothing? Well, how about a summer vacation from your house payments? With SaveWithConrad.com, you can do just that. Reduce your monthly payments by making the equity you built up in your home work for you. You can roll together those high interest rate credit cards into one lower monthly payment and perhaps access some of that newfound equity to turn your house into your dream home with no money out of pocket. And how about this? You get to skip your next 2 house payments. That's right. You won't have to make your June or your July house payment. You're done until August 1st. Go right now to SaveWithConrad.com. Let my team run the numbers for you for free. There's no obligation, and if we can't help you save some cash, we won't waste your time. And did I mention we're offering a 3-year guarantee right now? That's right. That means if at any point interest rates improve over the next 3 years, you get a free refi. That's right. No new lender fees from us. So you get to save money now without wasting money later when the rates improve on a whole second set of closing costs. Why not go to SaveWithConrad.com and get a guarantee? Save money now and save money later with your friend in the mortgage business. That's me, Conrad Thompson at SaveWithConrad.com. Shoot me an email at Conrad@SaveWithConrad.com. Give us a call at 888-425-0105. Or get yourself a quick quote, even talk to a live person right now at SaveWithConrad.com. NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender. Let's take a summer vacation from house payments at SaveWithConrad.com.